Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. We really want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel. We appreciate, love you so much. Go ahead and like this video, beloved, so that, we continue to do battle with those YouTube algorithms. And thanks to everyone that has joined us on Patreon, where we do share much more information than we do here. And we have started a relocation service. So if you are in the process of moving back to the motherland and you need contacts, you need assistance, then definitely consider joining us on Patreon. You join for a couple of months. When your relocation is complete, you can hop off or you can move to a simpler membership. We do also have a YouTube channel. I'll leave the links below. I did a show a couple of months ago, or weeks, who knows? At this point, I'm just like I'm in the village, beloveds. It's hard to keep up with, the Gregorian calendar. But where I was talking about how we're here for next, and we need to recognize that. I think it was even a special message from the ancestors, where we need to recognize that Babylon has fallen. Like, we're in the grand finale of Babylon. So Babylon is putting on the best show that Babylon can put on. But we are here for next, and the next chapter will start unfolding in our lifetimes. But for many, they may not see it. And this is why it's so important, beloveds, to change up, the brainwashing and mind control thinking that you've been under, the spell that you've been under, and start to see life in a much deeper way. Because when I say we're here for next, you first have to have understood reincarnation, and understood, overstood, and understood that you've been here before, you're here now, and you'll come again. And once you recognize that, and you recognize that this is a theater, and you were here during during a previous show, now you're here for this show. But a lot of us are here, beloveds, as ancient ones, as ancestors returned, to seed the future. And when I say seed the future, it means to physically give birth, which means that we continue the bloodlines. We continue with certain purified bloodlines that will continue to exist here, so that leaves a portal for us to come through in the future and continue to the great works. It also means that many of us are actually the first anchor of our world, our civilization, our nation, because there's millions and millions of nations, beloved. So many of us have been sent here as like the anchor of our nation. So we're literally the first mother and the first father, of our nations, and through us, our nation will come back to this planet. Because as I said before, beloveds, speaking from an Edenic, Mount Zion, African perspective, we were here before, and many of us chose to leave and not to experience this whole Babylon system. But our bloodlines were kept. Bloodlines were kept open, portals were kept open, and it is those specific portals and bloodlines that Babylon has been trying to find so that they can block out the gods from coming back. I mean, it's impossible to do that, but they think because you have to have this physical body to have license to do anything on earth, if they can cut off those bloodlines, then they'll cut off those people coming. But there's always a way, beloveds. We invented the system, so we can always override the system. We can always bypass the system, but those are stories for other days. So many of us, beloveds, are here to seed our nations, so that our nations can experience the rebirth, what it's like to have the rebirth of a planet, the rebirth of a dimension, to go through the darkest hour and then be born again. There's so many souls that are literally waiting in line. And many of us are also here to clean up our bloodlines, so that now, because those portals have been kept open, but they've always, as the world got lower vibrational and more lower vibrational, some of those portals are really low vibrational. So some of us came to kind of come in to reclaim that portal. And by say portal, I say women are portal. The womb is a portal, beloveds. That's how you enter here. That's how the gods enter here. That's how the demons enter here. But it was for us to reclaim those portals and then clean up those portals so that now our nations can come and and occupy the earth, reoccupy the earth, come back into this new experience where we will once again be the architects of our reality. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Welcome back to Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Really happy that you could join us. Don't forget, beloveds, to like and share the video so that more of our people hear it. At least hit that like button. So this is a question that I got from a Patreon family actually about what exactly did I mean by we're here for next and what did it look like? What does that even look like? Because I've been stressing, especially now, that we are witnessing the final act of Babylon, literally, as Babylon has fallen. But this is the grand finale of the Babylon system, which is why they're trying to put in their new world order. But many of us are here to create the new earth. The new earth order. It's a return and a graduation at the same time. And it's like we have to work back to the paradise that this world was. And so we're here to do, we're here to put our bloodlines in place so that we can start to do that heavy lifting up our vibrations, etc., etc. There will be accelerated seasons. This is an accelerated season because, beloveds, we used to live for as long as we wanted. I mean, even the scriptures talk about, I think Moses was a couple 100 years old. There were some that lived to be 1,000. Like, we used to live for as long as we wanted, for as long as we had we did the work here. It was a natural agreement that we had. But slowly, just because of the low vibration that we are and the weakness of our bodies and and the pollution in the environment, etc., we've literally got, most people are barely living past 60 or 70. And even those last, from 50 onwards, their life is full of medication, pain, doctor's visits, etc., etc. It's very few people who are able to refine their lives and really enjoy those sunset days, as they call it. But when I say we're seeding, we're here to seed our nations. Like, I know, and I mean, my name says it. Both my grandmothers, because here in Kenya, among the in the Agakoyo nation, you're named after the grandmother on your father's side. I was named after the grandmother on my mother's side. But when I look at the names of both grandmothers, beloveds, it's all about mother. It's all about first mother, because Mumbi actually means first mother. My grandmother on my father's side, I think she was called Nyava, which basically means like merciful mother or something like that. So that's the energy I've come in with. And I've known since a very young age that I was here to seed or to anchor in a spot for the nation that I'm coming from. And that's many of our roles. We're not here to really get involved because nature is dealing with Babylon, beloveds. And Babylon is eating itself at the same time. But Babylon is going to try and go down with as many lost souls as possible. But you see, there's so much around you that enables you to wake up. There's so much that is pushing for your awakening. But what you need to be working on is your faith in these things, your faith in the alternative information that you've never ever heard before. But in knowing that you're here to anchor your nations, like you may be coming from a nation with like billions of people, and they've chosen you as the small team and a few others, because we always come as a soul team, to come and like represent them and anchor them here. Like, what an honor. What a privilege. And so there is work for us to do, beloveds, which is why I'm saying Babylon is falling, let it fall. You see, many of us have recaptured our bloodlines. And we've been purifying our bloodlines, getting rid of generational curses. Physical generational curses like diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. All of those are like the physical manifestations of generational curses. Emotional and, generational curses like depression, alcoholism, which is a mental state first, and many others, and even spiritual generational curses. We're here to clean up that bloodline. And when I say clean up the bloodline, it's literally to raise up the mental state. Because you see, as you think higher, your blood vibrates higher. And it becomes like a higher, moves from red to purple. It's stories for other days. But it vibrates higher and you move into a new frequency. And when you're having children on this frequency, that means that they're born at this new level. So when you connect with a mate who's on that frequency and you have children on that frequency, it's like you're having high-level children. And then that's who you want. That now initiates the return of your people to these lands. Because, not all skin folk are kinfolk. That phrase is so much deeper than we realize. Not everyone that is here was an ancient one. Not everyone was that, not everyone that looks like us had that bloodline, but they have that potential because they have that melanin.